Good evening, my dear viewer at Dr. Paul Kebicho YouTube channel. I hope you've been well and the Lord has been faithful on your side. And it is my hope that you have a testimony that you can give pertaining to what God has done unto you. We don't take it for granted, for we know that many are they who had plans for this year, for this far, but the Lord decided otherwise for them. But for us, God has given us yet another chance to live. Today, I want personally to come to you, especially the youth, and especially those people who are jobless today. I have received more than 100,000 letters from individuals seeking for jobs from my organization. And of course, you see, when somebody is looking for a job from you, they say, I can do any job. There is no job description, there's no job specification for any job. So you must specify what it is that you want to do, and more so when you are looking for a job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll start by giving a little bit of a preamble that it pains me to the core to see that our young men they are so choosy when it comes to jobs. Majority of them, as a matter of fact, they're still disturbing their parents who paid school fees for them from nursery to university. Even at the university level, they are still becoming a problem to their parents. You find a man, and this is something that really makes me feel bad, that irritates me, I don't hide. You find a young man now calling upon his dad to go and look for a job now, especially in Kebicho's office. And I normally tell these people, why don't you tell your son or tell your daughter to call me directly so that I can be able to interview him or get to understand him, where he's coming from, and what can be best for him. So today, I thought that this day should be a day of a discussion. I want to request all young men and women who have cleared universities that we no longer have what we call white collar jobs. And for those who are very fortunate to get those kind of jobs, there are very few. Opportunities are very, very few. Therefore, my appeal to the young men and women who will listen to me today or who will listen to this particular video clip, kindly take up the mantle. Kindly wake up and listen to what I'll tell you today. Because if you continually, Kenyans, young men and women, they thought that upon completing the education at the university level, jobs are guaranteed. Jobs are never guaranteed. I'll tell you this for free. I have been in the market for a long period of time. I have all those applications with me in my office. And it pains me to see that we have quite a lot of potential out there that is going into waste. And when people don't get jobs, these are the kind of individuals who engage themselves into what we call very, very funny kind of engagements, that some of them lead them to becoming drug addicts. Others, they become useless zombies of human beings. And others finally become what we call the state guests. That means they go to jail, which should not be the case. And therefore, my appeal to all those who will listen to me today, make sure that you do what I'll tell you. Now, I have repeatedly said in my conversations with you people that I have been an insurance person for the last 29 years. 29 solid years. I started selling insurance way back in the year 1992, and to be precise, on 21st September 1992. That is the job that gave me a car. That is the job that built me a house. That is the job that gave me a wife. That's the job that made me to educate my children and to be the way I am today. So I'm calling upon all those people who are jobless wherever they are. And you have the criteria that I'll talk about here shortly. Kindly make sure that you do contact the person I'll give you at the tail end of this particular discussion. I'll tell you this for free, that those people who wait upon for the jobs that they studied, they are the most frustrated characters in the world. So my appeal to you is this. Can you please try your level best and see that you can do something? Along the way, you may meet opportunities, always meet the prepared, and luck will never find you seated. You must go out there. As you do what you know best, God will make a way for you. So there's a company that I represent, which I'm the executive financial consultant, and that is Britam. And Britam has started hiring people, and they are paying what we call some money for retainer to help the new ones. And therefore, if you have a son, or if you're a young Kenyan out there, you're a young lady, a young man out there, I'm going to give you the numbers that you'll call. Please talk to that gentleman. He will be able to assist you. He'll tell you what to do. And pretty soon you find yourself leading a very comfortable life. As a matter of fact, in my office where I work at Britam Bank House, we are 100 people, and 85% of 100 people It's about 85 people. They are young men and women. They are driving their own cars, they are living in their own homes. And don't listen to those people who are called naysayers. Those people who fail in life, you have nothing to borrow from them. By the way, nobody borrows a leaf from a failure. So if you want to borrow a leaf, you borrow a leaf from those people who have succeeded. So if you have made it in life and others have made it in life in the same career, what are you doing about it? Just come over. You never know. Your talents may be realized somewhere along the way, and you find now God opening a door for you. Like look at Mr. Ferdinand Omanyala. Omanyala was actually a rugby guy. But somewhere along the way, God met with him, and now you can imagine he's the newest kid in the block. Everybody is talking about Ferdinand Omanyala. Ferdinand Omanyala. Why? Because along the way of playing rugby, he realized that he had the potential to run. And he not just realized, he went onto the ground and he did it to better. Today, as we speak, he's the fastest African man. In Africa as a continent, he's number one. Globally, he's number 8. He has started now getting endorsements from all over the world. Why? He first of all did what he could. He played rugby first. Then, in the process of playing rugby, another talent was scouted. Today, he's doing 100 meters. Now, the guy has got so many endorsements. The guy has a new car. His life has totally changed. So I call upon all those young men and women, if you're there and you're a university graduate, you are a university graduate and you have no job, kindly note this. I'm telling you, there's a marketing work now in a company called Britain, and I'm going to call upon you to apply. I'll actually coach. I'll be a coach. So once they take you through what we call the recruitment process, they pick you, and of course they give you now what we call the contract to work for them. I'll mentor you. Don't you worry. I'll mentor you. I've mentored many people. Why can't I mentor you? And most of those people have been my YouTube fans. I'm currently mentoring a few guys from Thika. I don't mind mentoring some more people. The company wants about 20 people, just 20 people. So I'm going to request you kindly to talk to this guy. Kindly talk to him. The date that we'll give him for the interview, please go for the interviews. If you pass the interviews, don't you worry. There will be some money, what is called a retainer, to help you maneuver when you are still new, and other benefits will be explained to you, which we shall be selling to you a career, a very, very important career. And don't listen to naysayers. So I'm kindly requesting you to talk to this gentleman. Please talk to Mr. Washira. He's called Mr. Washira. He's called Mr. Dixon Washira Nyamo. Note that name, Mr. Dixon Washira Nyamo. So kindly call Mr. Dixon Washira Nyamo on his mobile phone, which is 0721 518 441. Kindly call Mr. Dixon Washira Nyamo on 0721 518 441. He'll assist you. Tell him that I have referred you to him or to him, and I'm telling you, you'll be assisted and your life will never be the same again. This is the job that has taken me to over 60 countries. The rest of the countries I've taken myself, but insurance business has taken me to over 62 countries worldwide. The rest, the other 42, I've taken on my own. You make money. When people are busy talking there, and let me tell you, I've always asked you in the past, whose report shall you believe? So I've been into it. I'm still doing it even now at my level. So what are you telling me? If I can do it, you too can, and maybe do it much better, because you never know. So please make sure that you get into contact with Mr. Dixon Washira Nyamo on 0721 518 441. He'll guide you more. And once you get that guidance, once you go through what we call the numerical test and you pass, the aptitude test and you pass, then you'll be given what we call a retainer for you, and more benefits will be there for you. Those people who do well, they have got what we call their pension scheme, funded by the company to a certain extent, and then you'll be expected also to play a role. You'll also qualify for what we call a mortgage loan. You can be given up to 10, 20 million shillings. You qualify for a car loan, don't you worry. We have I've driven more than 5 cars bought by the insurance companies. So why can't you do the same? Life will never be the same again. So I'm calling upon all of you, with young men and women out there. If you're a young graduate, or maybe you have tried work elsewhere, maybe you've been retrenched and things are not working on your way. You may not necessarily be young. You can even be 40 years or 35 years of age, whatever age you are at. As long as you have not gone beyond 60, kindly get in touch with Mr. Dixon Washira Nyamo on 0721 518 441. And I'm telling you, he's going to give you a job. And I'll be there to mentor you. I'll be there to help you. I've helped many people. Why not you? I've mentored many people who live in their own homes, who drive their own cars, who take their children to the most expensive schools. Why not you in the first place? So mine, I'm there to write. You never lose your light by lighting your neighbor's candle. If anything, you get more light. So I'm lighting it to you right now. So if you think it makes sense, kindly don't hesitate to call Mr. Dixon Washila Nyamu on 0721 518 441, and your life will never be the same again. Whatever, if you, even those people in the diaspora who normally watch me, I have got quite a number of you people who watch me. You have a brother here in Kenya, you have a sister here in Kenya, you have a nephew, you have a cousin whom you think has been jobless, doing nothing at home. You can imagine doing nothing. Doing nothing is a very bad situation for one to be. So kindly make sure that you talk to us. Talk to Mr. Dixon Washila Nyamo on 0721 518 441 for more information. And with those few remarks, I want to shortly after this, I'll be giving you my weekly information pertaining to investments and other things. So may God bless you, and make sure I can tell you even before I sign off that we have the lady who drives the most expensive car in Nairobi happens to be from Britain. We have several of them who drive very expensive cars, those who live in very, very expensive suburbs. They are doing the kind of a job that I do. For those people who know who Kebicho is, you don't have to be told. My story has spoken on its own, and I believe that those people, when they come and they find me, I'll be able to help them so that they can also be one day have a testimony. And one person said, if I had seen far, it was by standing on the shoulders of the giants. So if you can stand on the shoulder of the giant and you see far, may the name of God be glorified. With those few remarks, thank you so much for watching me. But kindly remember what I have told you. You have a brother, you have a sister, you have a nephew, you have a cousin and niece who is idle. You can imagine, we normally said, idle mites are the devil's workshop. You can't allow your son or your friend or your relative to stay at home when I'm offering a job. And I'm talking of there being a retainer. The company is going to pay them some money to sustain them as they do the job. So what are you doing about it? You have been drenched. You are there at home doing nothing. You are not doing poultry farming. You are not doing what we call dairy farming. You are not doing what we call any kind of a farming. So why don't you come and try your hand here? I'll be more than willing to help you. And I have told you that I have mentored many. And I know in the fullness of time, good testimonies will come from this kind of a conversation. May God bless you. Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.